Javenna Bellinger is the author of the Learn Something book series. She's written and self-published 24 educational and inspirational children's books. And she's just joined us here now. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, now your books, how would you describe what they are? Are they a relatively pleasant story?
Yes, they are very pleasant story.
Yeah.
I've written a total of 24 educational and inspirational children's books. And I would say my main goal is to inspire the youth, inspire the readers, because if you inspire someone, then you can teach them.
Yeah.
Teachers, they have to be inspired to teach. So that's my ultimate goal, is to inspire the youth to want to learn, to want to read more books.
What do you do in the books to help inspire the reader?
Well, there's a number of children's books. So I've written, my favorite letter is, and it's all the way up until G. I'm not finished with those yet. So my favorite letter is A. There's certain pictures with things that start with the letter A. Then there's Tag in the back. That book teaches children how to put their clothes on the correct way. And then there is this the right foot? That question is asked numerous times when children are trying to learn how to put their shoes on the correct way. So the books are like lessons to learn. And then there is a story behind the lesson.
Do you think that this is a good way for children to learn these life tasks?
Yes, a life task can be taught at a very early age. For example, the word earn is a 4-letter word. And I taught my kids as early as 4 or 5 how to spell that word, what the word means, and the importance of that word. So yes, children can learn at a very early age.
And I take it then the idea is for these books to be read to the children, because you probably are learning this stuff before you're able to read, right?
Yes, some of them, they could, like early readers, like age 3 to 5, they should be able to read the letter books by themselves, some kids. But even if they're not able to read them, they're able to identify the pictures in the letter book. So that will help them start to identify the words too. So some of the stories, it all depends on the title. There's 24. So some books, maybe a parent or guardian or caregiver will have to read to the children. And then there are some books where the child may be able to read, depending on their reading level.
Yeah, so it's a good mixture. What is the rough age then of the children you're writing for?
So the Learn Something book series are for the age group from 3 to 9 years old.
Yeah, so a good mix of stuff. What type of books do you write for 9-year-olds then? Because by that age, you know how to dress yourself and put on shoes. So
yes, yes, I hope so. Well, so the books are. Well, some 9-year-olds may not know how to dress themselves. It all depends if they have a learning disability or things of that nature. So then that's good for them that age, because they can still refer back to maybe an early learner book to help them learn. But there are books for 9-year-olds. So there is Billy the Bully.
Oh.
And there is my superheroes, my amazing superheroes, excuse me. So there are a number of books for kids that are aged between 7 and 9.
Yeah, that's good to have a good mix of stuff, from basic learning how to do stuff that you need to know, and also just helping them through stuff that they'll experience in school, such as bullying.
Yes, thank you.
So how did you first start to get into writing books for children then? Are you a parent yourself and needed something else to help you?
That's funny you asked, and a very interesting question. So the first book I wrote was not a part of the Learn Something book series. The first book I wrote is called Love Me Too. I wrote that in 2006. And that is about a child who has attention deficit disorder and how he is misunderstood in the school, but he has a supportive home life. And that book was just me being a social worker and seeing how the kids are treated who have ADHD or ADD or ODD.
Yeah.
And it just, so that book, so writing that drew me to that population because that is what my work entailed at the time. And at the time I was not a parent, but I wrote the first set of books from the Learn Something Children's Book series in 2016. I didn't do anything with them. They sat for a whole year. Wow. And then 2017, I just received the motivation and inspiration to do something with the books that I wrote. So the first 5, and then it just started from there. I pray for creativity, and from the first set of 5, then the creativity, it just started flowing. And then now I'm at 24. So yes.
Have you written books before this, or did you just take it on purely for trying to get that message out?
Well, my children, when they were younger, they're 8, 9, and 10 now. So but around the time I started, they were young, around the age where you're learning how to get dressed, where you're learning how to put your shoes on. Yeah. So those first set of books were inspired by them because I always had to, repeat myself or try and teach them. So I had to find creative ways to teach them. I also write nursery rhyme songs too. So Not only was I teaching them, I was making up songs to sing to them too, to help them learn. Yeah. So children learn in different ways, 3 different styles of learning. There's visual, kinesthetic, and auditorial learners. So I just tried to reach them in any way that I could so they can learn a lesson.
Have you thought about maybe accompanying the book with maybe some sort of cartoon or audio book to maybe children that can't learn easily from reading?
That's an interesting question. Yes, so a cartoon, that would be lovely. But one of my ultimate goals is to have some of my books to film, whether it's a short film on an inspirational lesson to children, or the big screen, whether it's Netflix or, but something along those nature. Yes. So that would be a good idea to help them learn one another way, to reach more children.
Yeah. And have you got any more books coming out in the future that you're working on?
Of course. Yeah. Yes, I do, Toby. I love to write, and actually the books have already been written. I just needed to take a break to focus on some other things. The holiday is coming up, so I just wanted to take a break and focus on other things at the time. But my goal was to write 30 before 2021, but I took a break and I'm going to stop at 24. So the rest of them, I'll self-publish them in the beginning of January or in January 2021.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes.
And you've got the favorite letter series. Are you thinking of doing a favorite number series? Would that work?
I did think of that, but then I don't know. There's so many videos on YouTube. There's a lot of videos on letters too, but I'm not sure. I thought I just started with the letters.
Yeah, I suppose letters is easier because you can think of all the things that start with A, whereas numbers,
yes.
One is just one. I mean, the stuff it rhymes with.
One is just one, but then you would need a really nice illustration to capture the kid's attention with one, like maybe a balloon, a butterfly, something that will connect them to the one.
When I was at school, we were taught a whole song like, number 1 likes the sun, number 2 ties his shoe, something like that.
Oh yeah, it's like a rhyming song.
Yeah.
Cool. There's so many ways. Children are so fortunate nowadays because they have so many outlets to learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have the internet, their tablets, YouTube. There's so many different programs like ABC Mouse, so many different programs now to help them learn. Whereas we just had to rely on our caregivers to teach us. But they're so...
Can you imagine if we had this pandemic like 50 years ago when there was no opportunity to learn online and stuff?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. They would just learn how I had to learn.
Yeah.
Going to the library.
Yeah. Such fun.
Yes.
You've self-published these books. How easy or hard was it to go about that? Did you have to learn a lot about the business?
Well, Amazon Kindle makes it easy for an author to self-publish because you can just upload your book and then they self-publish. People can buy it from Amazon Kindle. So what was the hard part for me was finding an illustrator. So that was hard for me, but I was able to pull it off. I called this a affordable illustrator because when you have 5 books, it's like you need a reasonable price.
Yeah.
So I was able to call the career development of the Art Institute, and he helped me select the number of students that were about to graduate to do the illustration. So I was very blessed to have them do the illustrations at an affordable price. I mean, it benefited them and it benefited me. And what that was a really good opportunity for me to work with them.
Absolutely, that's a pleasure.
Yes.
Are you making money from this, or is it more of a labor of love?
So I do. But I need to get my website up and running, and I'm not really good at marketing. So I'm doing little things to market, but I am looking to do some more find some more bigger resources to market.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's maybe a downside of self-publishing? Would a publisher market it themselves, or is it kind of still an independent thing?
It is for me, but some people know how to market. And
that's true.
So some people, I guess it varies on the author. Some people may be good at marketing, but not really good at writing. Me, I'm good at writing, but not really good at marketing. So it all depends. But also with self-publishing and publishing, with the publisher, you have to wait for them to say, okay, yes, I want to publish a book. So you have to write to them, and then you have to wait for them to respond. By that time, a person could have written and self-published maybe 3 to 5 books, or 2 books or so. It all depends. But there's pros and cons to self-publishing and publishing. Yes,
absolutely. Well, where are we able to see these books and buy them?
The Learn Something Children's Book Series is available on Amazon, the Kindle version. If you just type in Javenna Bellinger, type in my name, they should come up. And also, if you inbox me on my Instagram page, I will be able to deliver you some books. The website should be coming soon. It's just a matter of making that public. So my Instagram page is learn_something_book_series.
Great. Thank you very much for coming on the show today, and good luck with all the success with the books.
Thank you so much, Toby, for having me. I appreciate it.